Hey everybody, this is Alan Donath with STG Moto and SportBikeTrackGear.com. I am STG's in-house off-road gear expert. Today we're actually doing a little comparison video on some of the off-road boot line. This is going to be the high-end stuff, the over $500 and up range. As always, with any orders through Sport Bike Track Gear, any orders over $40 shipping in the lower 48 states is going to ship for free for you. We also have really reasonable international rates, can ship all over the world. If for some reason you get one of these boots, it doesn't meet your expectations or there's an issue in any way, just don't ride in the boot, just try them on, keep all your original tags and packaging. It's no problem. You can give us a call, shoot us an email, we can get your return set up, get them coming back for a different size, different pair, different boot, whatever you might need. First up in the lineup is the new Gaerne SG-12. This is actually their limited edition Answer Edition. Comes in two colorways, this orange and red and a blue and white. This limited is a little bit more. This one's $629.95. The normal colorways from the boot, you're going at $589.95. This is a non-booty style boot. There's nice elastic gaiter at the top. Heavily reinforced TPU all through it. 50/50 alloy buckle to a polymer strap. Dual pivot system. You can see the upper half pivots, lower half the ankle pivots with physical stops in it to stop any kind of hyperextension. In this boot range, this is actually one of the more generous in the footbed range as far as width goes. It's a little tight in the ankle when you first get in, but once you get in, it's really true to size front to back. And if you have a wider foot, this is a really good option for you guys. Definitely the more generous width-wise in the boot. It takes very little break-in time. It looks awesome, has a really nice light feel when you're riding with it. Dual compound soles, fully replaceable. Next up in the lineup, Alpinestars Tech 10 boot. This boot does retail for $599.95. It's been an Alpinestars line for a few years now. It's been a really good boot, really popular, holds up really well, been extremely durable. It's also the only boot in the lineup that does run an inner booty, which is pretty typical for a lot of Alpinestars boots. Does make the boot a little easier to get in, on and off of your foot, and gives a little added padding inside the boot while keeping that breathable mesh layer between the actual skin and the boot itself to reduce any kind of chafing. It also runs actual biomechanical lateral ankle support inside the boot that works in conjunction with the outer support here and on the inside of the ankle itself. This boot's also in the white only, comes in a ventilated option, which is this one here. You see the added vents on the outside of the calf, perforation down the center portion of the boot itself, and all down the exterior of the ankle. This does run a little on the tight side through the ankle range, and it's pretty true to size front to back, but it's also fairly narrow. If you're, say, a half size, you wear like a 10.5, especially with like thick race socks on, you're going to want to bump up to a size 11, or just up a half size in general. Another cool option that Alpinestars has is their buckles pull from dual angles so that the boot actually pulls evenly from each side. Some boots, you get it when you're really trying to force them and getting them tightened down, it just pulls one side of the boot up and makes them kind of uncomfortable. Not an issue with the Alpinestars. They also have a really nice self-aligning buckle that works every time. Extremely durable. 50/50 alloy to a plastic, also fully replaceable. Again, fully TPU overlaid, reinforced footbed, heel, and toe box. Does run their mechanical blade system in the back to stop any kind of hyperextension front to back of your foot while giving you good range of motion while riding, good control, but you're not going to hyperextend anything and cause any kind of sprain or injury that way. Good full length, heat resistant, and high grip pad on the inside of the boot. Dual compound sole, center portion is replaceable. Now next up is a really innovative boot now from Sidi. This is their Sidi Crossfire 2 TA boot. This one here retails for $525. CDs are probably the most rebuildable boot on the market right now. If you're going to get a boot and you know you're riding a lot with it, every weekend you're going to be rough on it, you got really sharp pegs, you're going to be replacing parts. Anything you see on the CDs here with a screw behind it is fully replaceable. All the parts for all these boots are available at our website. Couple cool features on this one though. Lightweight plastic buckles that are fully replaceable, but they have an alloy pin, so they're good, nice and durable. You can put a lot of torque on them. They're not going to break. If anything does ever happen to them though, again, one screw, the buckle portion comes off, strap pops right out of the boot. If you have large calves or wearing knee braces that take up a lot of extra space, the CDs they got you covered on this one. They have their dual layer calf adjustment. Normally on any of these other boots, if you see this portion here is all one piece, connected all in one, so you have to try and open the whole back portion of the boot as you're trying to get your calf in. This one, it actually moves independently from one another, so you get a really large calf entry point. No matter how big your calf is, you'll have no problem getting it in there. And then it also helps for the boot to buckle up nice and smoothly because, again, everything can move independently from one another. You don't get any binding as you're trying to snap the buckle over. Again, they have their own pivot system. Allows good front to back movement with almost zero lateral movement in it, so you don't have to worry about any sprains. Typical with CDs though, they definitely run on the tight side. It is tight in the ankle, footbed region as well, in the width and front to back. These boots, you definitely probably want to bump up one full size from what your normal shoe size would be. I wear a size 10 normally. I would definitely go with 11 in these, especially once you add some nice thick race socks in there. Again, one thing that sets this boot apart from the other two here is how everything is literally replaceable on them. Ankle guard front on the inside and outside, just 2 screws pops right off. Shin plate comes right off as replaceable. It's actually even got a foot peg guard on the inside of the boot, which if your foot slips off the peg, it stops that foot peg for sharp teeth from digging into the inside of the boot. Also, if your Kickstarter happens to slip off, I've seen those go through there. This eliminates that as well. Single compound sole is fully replaceable. It's a comfortable boot to walk around in compared to, like, say, the Alpinestars. The Gaerne is also really comfortable to walk in, especially once you get it broke in. But then the next move up from the regular Crossfire 2 TA is their Crossfire 2 T8 SRS. Now this boot here, it's actually the exact same boot as this one, but this one retails for $575. All the same features with your dual calf adjustment. Everything's still replaceable. All the same fitment. But the biggest thing on this boot is their SRS sole replacement system, which kind of sets this apart from any of the boots really. Because it's the only boot I know of on the market right now that literally just these flat blade screws, pull those all out, and you can pop off your sole and replace it yourself. No more having to send your boot out to have it replaced by anybody. You can literally do it yourself. They offer it in 3 different soles. This is the single compound high grip MX sole. They've also got an Enduro sole, which has larger cleating on it, so you have better grip if you're walking around in the mud or trying to pull something out of a hole, anything like that. And they also offer it in a Supermoto sole, which is looks just like this, but is a much harder compound. So if you do happen to drag your foot on the pavement, it doesn't grip the pavement, and it's also much more abrasion resistant, so you don't wear through it so fast. Again, if you have a foot more on the narrow side, I really like the CDs. They're built to last. Everything is replaceable on them. Awesome boot all the way around. Alpinestars, you can't ever go wrong with an Alpinestar boot. Their quality speaks for itself. They make great stuff. It's going to last you forever. And especially if you have a wider foot, the Gaerne is an excellent option. Nice wide footbed in it. Breaks in super fast. If you have any more information you're looking for on these, just head over to our website. It shows all our colorways. It's sportbiketrackgear.com. Get yourself set on order.